Good morning, dear students. Today we are starting with the new chapter, that is cubes and cube roots. Cube means a raised to 3. That means if any number raised to 3, that means power of the any number is 3, then it is called as a cube. Okay. So it means a is multiplied 3 times, a into a into a. For example, if we want to find out the cube of 5, it will be 5 into 5 into 5, that is 125. Okay. Similarly, if we want to find out the cube of minus 5, it will be minus 5 multiplied by minus 5 multiplied by minus 5. So it becomes minus 125. So here the point to be remembered that the cube of the any negative number is always negative and the cube of the positive number will be positive. Okay. Next is cube roots. So cube root means under the root, if the order of the root is 3, that is called as cube root. Order of the number is 3 means under this V cavity there must be 3. Then only we can call it as cube root. And if you remember, if nothing is there in the V cavity, then what it is called as square root. Okay. So the cube of a number is called as a perfect cube. For example, 216. As we have learned in the previous chapter to find out the prime factors, in the similar way we have calculated the prime factors of 216. So it means 2 3 times, again 3 times. The group of 3 is called as triplet. So we can call it as triplet of 2. It is a triplet of 3. Got it? So as there is a one triplet of 2 and one triplet of 3, the 2 and 3 will come out and 6. That means cube root of 216 is 6. Okay. Next, suppose the question is like this. Is 297 is a perfect cube? This is our question. So first of all, we have calculated the prime factors of 297. First it is divided by 3, we are getting 99. Again divided by 3, we are getting 33. 33 is divided by 3, we are getting 11. So see, the prime factors of 297 is 3 into 3 into 3 into 11. So the 3 is forming the triplet. Okay. So 11 is not forming the triplet. So that means since 11 doesn't have the triplet, therefore it is not a perfect cube. Understood this thing? So in the cube root we have to think about the triplet. Okay. Then question number 1 is there. Find the cube of exercise 4a. Find the cube of 23. So 23 cube. 23 cube is here. So it will be 23 into 23 into 23. So it becomes 12,163. Then 31 cube. It is 31 into 31 into 31. So it is 29,791. Then if we want to find out the 54 cube, it will be 54 multiplied by 54 multiplied by 54. And the answer is 1,57,464. Okay. Next question number 2 is here. Find which of the following are the perfect cubes. So let us find out the prime factors of 243. We want to find out whether it is a perfect cube or not. 243 divided by 3, we are getting 81. Again 81 is divided by 3, we are getting 27. 27 is divided by 3, we are getting 9. 9 is divided by 3, we are getting 3. And 3 is divided by 3, we are getting 1. So that means how many times 3 is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 3. Since there is a one triplet of 3 and next does not form the triplet, correct? Therefore it is not a perfect cube. Understood? Okay. Next is the question number 3 in the same. We want to check that whether 1331 is a perfect square, 1331. Is it a perfect cube or not, that we need to find out. So let us divide it by 11. So when we divide it by 11, we are getting 3 times 11, that is triplet is completed. Therefore, it is a perfect cube. Next, 1938. So when we divide it by 2, we are getting 396. It is divided by 3. We are getting 323. Again, it is divided by 17. We are getting 19. 19 ones are 19. Since none of the number is forming the triplet, therefore it is not a perfect root. Okay. Then question number 2, find the cubes of. Now here are some decimal numbers and we want to find out the cubes of the decimal number. 2.1 cube. So the procedure is what? After the decimal there is a 1 digit. First of all, remove the decimal point by taking 10 as a denominator. After this decimal there is a 1 digit, so that we have taken 10, means 10 as a denominator, and we removed the decimal from the numerator. So make a cube of that. So 21 multiplied 3 times, also 10 is multiplied 3 times. So cube of the 21 is 9261 and cube of the 10 is 1000. How many digits are there in the denominator? 3 digits. So we have to shift our decimal from the end of the number to the 3 digits in the left side. Okay. So therefore the final answer is 9.216. Got it? Similarly, if we want to find out the cube of 0.4, so how many digits are there after the decimal to make a cube? 1 digit is there. So we remove the decimal and we have taken 10 as a denominator and cube of that. So 4 multiplied 3 times, also 10 multiplied 3 times, 64 upon. Now, how many zeros are there in the denominator? 3 zeros. So it means we have to shift the decimal from the end of the number to 3 digits to the left side. 1, 2. Only 2 digits are there. Since we have to shift 3 digits, add 1 0 on the left side and shift it here. Okay. So the final answer will become 0.064. Got it? Next. Sixth one is in the same. We want to find out the cube of 0.02. After the decimal, how many digits are there? 2 digits are there after the decimal. So what we have done? We removed the decimal from the number and we have taken 2 zeros as a denominator. Since after the decimal there are the 2 digits. So make a cube of that. 2 into 2 into 2, 100 into 100 into 100. Okay. So 8. And how many zeros in the multiplication? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have taken 6 zeros as a denominator. Since there are the 6 zeros, so it means we have to shift 6 digits. We have to shift the decimal 6 digits in the left side. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So from here we have to shift the decimal at this position. So how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros, 8 and this decimal. Okay. So 0.00008. This is the final answer. Understood? Okay. Next is question number 4. Find the cubes of. Now there are some fractions p by q form numbers and we want to find out the cube of that. So 3 upon 7 cube. So 3 multiplied 3 times, 7 multiplied 7 times. The final answer is 27 upon 343. Similarly, there is a fourth question and we want to find out the cube of that. But it is given as a mixed fraction. Let us convert it into the simple fraction. 7 ones are 7 plus 2. So it becomes 9 upon 7. Now let us find out the cube of 9 upon 7. 9 into 9 into 9 3 times. 7 into 7 into 7. So it gives us 729 upon 343. So to convert it into the mixed fraction, we can write it in this way: 343 to integer 43 upon 343. Okay. Next, now question number 5 is there, related to the cube of the negative numbers. Cube of the negative numbers. As we learned earlier, cube of the negative number will be negative only. So to find out the cube of minus 12 multiplied 3 times and see the final answer with the minus sign, 1728. Okay. Similarly, if we want to find out the cube of minus 18 cube means minus 18 into minus 18 into minus 18 gives us minus 5832. So from this, cube of the negative number must be negative. Remember this thing. Okay. Now one more property that we are going to discuss here, that is cube of the odd numbers are odd. For example, 1 cube is 1, 3 cube is 27, 5 cube is 125. And cubes of the even natural numbers are even. So that means 2 cube is 8, 4 cube is 64, even number. 6 cube is 216, again it is a even number. Okay. So basis on this properties, we are going to discuss the question number 6. Question number 6 is, which of the following are cubes of an even number and an odd number? For example, as we have learned earlier in this above property, that is cube of the odd number is odd and cube of the even number is even. So from this, let us find out the even numbers. As we know, if the unit place is 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 are on the unit place, then such a numbers are the even numbers. So let us check it here. What is the unit place? 6 means it is the even number. Correct. What is the unit place here? 9 means it is an odd number. So we have written in the odd. 5, it is an odd number. So we have written here. Unit place is 0. 0 means even number. So we will write here in the place of even number. Again 5. So it is an odd number. 3. Again it is an odd number. 6. 6 is the even number. So it is in the place of even number. Understood? And again 1. So it is an odd number. So like this we can distinguish between the even numbers and odd numbers. So understood everyone? Only we have to think about the unit place. If the unit place consists of 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, such a numbers are the even number. This number, this is the even number, and also this is the even number. 1, 2, 3. So these 3 numbers are even and remaining all are the odd numbers. Okay. Understood till here? Okay. Next, question number 7 is here. Question number 7. The question number 7 is, find the least number by which 1, 3, 2, 3 must be multiplied so that the product is a perfect cube. So like this we have taken the prime factors of the given number. So it is 3 into 3 into 3, 7 into 7. So since 3 is forming the triplet, but 7 is not forming the triplet, correct? So how many 7s are required to complete this triplet? Only one 7 is required, right? So therefore, to make a triplet of 7, we need 7 one time only. So we must multiply the given number, that is 1323 by 7. We get a perfect cube. Got it? Next, question number 8 is there. Find the smallest number by which 8768 must be divided so that the quotient is a perfect cube. Now this question is related with the division. Okay. So once again we have calculated the prime factors of the 8768. So how many times 2 is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 2 and 1 to 37. Okay. Since one triplet of 2, another triplet of 2. But 137 is not forming the triplet. Therefore, when we divide this number by 137, we get a perfect cube. Okay, this is the answer. Similarly, there is a question number 9th. Question number 9th is here. Find the smallest number by which 27,738 be multiplied to get a perfect cube number. So what we are going to do? Again, find out the prime factors of this given number. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 3. 3 times 7. Okay. So let us find out the triplet. There is a one triplet of 3 and one more triplet of 7 is there. Now 3 doesn't have the triplet. Okay. So how many 3's are required to get the triplet completed? So how many 3's are required? 2 3's are required to complete one triplet. Understood? So therefore, we should multiply 2 times with 3. 2 times of 3 means it is 9. 3 into 3 means 9. That means when this given number is multiplied by 9, we get a perfect cube. I hope you understood this. Only one 3 is there. To complete the triplet of 3, we need 3 into 3. So that means 3 into 3 is 9. So we should multiply this number by 9 to get a perfect cube. Got it?